are talking about how to network with people in your current workplace to get a new job, or just how to network with people in general. Um, so I wanted to come on here today, talk about that. I'm looking at it, feels a little, anyway, I wanted to come on here and talk about that because I feel like there's so much that you can be doing at your current job that will help you get ahead. And a lot of people feel like, you do the interview, you get the job, you be on your best behavior at the interview, whatnot, but you need to still be on your best behavior once you get the job. And I say that because you never know what kind of opportunities will open up for you. Hi. You'll never know what kind of you'll never know what kind of opportunities will open up for you if you are on your best behavior at work while you're working, if you're networking, and you just never know. I am a witness, and it happened to me. And so I wanted to come for you. I wanted to come on you. I'm sorry, y'all, I'm a little nervous. I wanted to come on here and let y'all know how to network to get your next job or to get promoted and things like that. So I'm gonna be going over 6 tips. Now, I did want to share a quick story about when I was in college and when I found out what networking was. So anybody, by show of hands, let me know. Asking me to behave is like asking me to figure skate to the Okay, and this is what I mean when I say you have to behave at work too. You have to show that you are a good employee. It's not, oh, I got the job, I can just kick back and do what I want to do now. No, it's not like that. So what I wanted to say was when I was in college, well, I remember when I was in, what's it called, 16 in high school and everything. And I remember the way you got a job was to get the hookup. That's what we called it. We called it the hookup. I don't know why my daddy had us calling it that. So, my first job was at this little restaurant, and my daddy is the one who hooked me up with it because he was cool with the owners, okay? So I got the hookup. Then my next little side job was at White Castles. Yes, I got the hookup because one of my cousin's friends, shout out to my cousin Fred Sherman, who hooked me up with the job at White Castles, kept that job for 4 years, all throughout college. So again, the hookup, when I got to college, I'm learning about stuff, and I'm learning about networking, and how it can elevate you. And I remember I went home one day and I was like, Daddy, the hookup, that's networking. And he was like, yeah. So it goes to show you that networking, aka the hookup, it never goes away. It never goes away. And it's something that you can do strategically at your current job. So I got my notes here because I don't like to forget things. I got my iPad. Hopefully it don't die on me because my son likes to run rampant on my iPad. But anyway, the first thing I wanted to talk to y'all about was being friendly at work. Okay? 6 tips on how to network at work. Be friendly. And I know I have a person on here who doesn't like to be so friendly at work, but I also know that she kind of makes it a joke. So I feel like she's navigating that as successfully as she can, because she's turned it into a joke, But anyway, the real tip is be friendly at work. And when I say friendly, I mean, yes, asking people how was your weekend? Yes, asking people about their kids. Yes, asking them about their cats and their dogs and their significant others and things that interest them, but you don't give a flying flip about. But the truth is, ask about it. You're being friendly, you're being engaging, you're acting like you care. You just, you're being a people person. Let's be honest, guys. When you're friendly and when you're a people person, you go further in life. You do. These things, I'm telling you, you become just that go-to person, that people gravitate to. So here are some extra tips on what you can do at work other than just asking people how their kids are. Say hi to people who are passing by, even if they don't look like they want to say hi to you. What about Trump? Come on, spill it. Anyway, I'm reading the comments, but say hi to people that's walking past you. You never know who that person is. I know that. Oh well. Okay. So the thing is, she said, okay, getting to the top. You do have to be friendly to get to the top, but Trump got to the top. Y'all don't understand. Like, he was friendly in the circles that he ran in. He was friendly with certain people. And I'm not even gonna lie. I hate to say it, but he doesn't come across as unfriendly or not a people person. He come across like if he at the party, he gonna be cracking jokes, he gonna be talkative, he gonna be having fun. I'm just not gonna say he was the best person for the job, but I will say he probably got the gift of gab. Okay? That's what I'm going back to. I didn't mean to pivot into that. But you want to be friendly at work because positive energy always wins. Positive energy. People can pick up on if you're a negative Nancy. I know somebody who I used to work with who she came across as a negative Nancy to such a degree that the people at work, when they got comfortable with her, they even asked her, "Why you always look like you mad?" And she was like, I'm not." And they was like, "Well, that's what it looks like." You see, and even though in her defense, she was just like, "Well, that's just not who I am. That's not how I am. That's not my personality." And it could be because, I'm just going to say, I think that, sometimes as African American women, we can be looked at like we're upset because our facial features might not be as pippity. I don't know if that's a word, but you know what I'm saying? So it's also a societal thing, but we're not going to go down that path tonight. But I do want to say that if you're going to be in the game, you have to play by the rules of the game. All right? You just do. So that's what I mean when I say be friendly at work. Just play the game. I know that this works because it happened to me, and me doing these steps that I'm telling you is how I got a raise and a promotion at my job and ended up getting like how much of an increase? I don't even know. It was like a 37% increase in pay because I did these things, because I networked at work. Okay? Which leads me to getting along and talking with your coworkers, okay? Like I said, be friendly, but talk to your coworkers. You know, ask them questions. Build relationships with them. I got on my list here, building a relationship isn't that hard to do if you are making it your point to go out of your way or making it your point to just be friendly. Okay. Um, I'm gonna go ahead and go to the next one because that one relates quite a bit with the first one. But I also wanted to talk about, like, if someone may be asking, well, how do I do that virtually? Well, virtually, I've had a virtual job and I thought, well, I can't really build relationships like that working virtually. And truth be told, I feel like I built better relationships when I was working virtually than what I did when I was on site. Sorry, y'all, I feel like my camera messed up. Anyway, I feel like I built better relationships. And what I did virtually was I communicated via those, instant messenger, Teams. Some people use Skype, Teams. What's the other one? I forget what it is, but those chat apps, chat software. Um, you talk to your coworkers on there. You send them quick questions. You say good morning. You send them a joke. I have a coworker who used to always send jokes to the group, like knock knock jokes. Yeah, it was cheesy, but we knew that he was gonna lighten our day with a knock knock joke. Sometimes they were funny, sometimes they wasn't. But that was his thing that he did. You know, then you got all these gifs and memes and stuff. You send those. Don't be shy. Don't be standoffish if you can help it. These are small, seeming like insignificant networking tips. Okay. So the third one is the shadowing. Now I don't know if everyone's jobs allow you to shadow, but a lot of times when you get in certain positions, you're able to shadow other people and shadow their day to day, shadow what they've done. But you don't always have to have permission to do this. Sometimes you can just, once you've developed a relationship, it's easy enough for you to ask your colleague or ask your coworker or ask your new friend, hey, can I just kind of observe what you do or tell me more about your position and how did you get into this position? Da, 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 da. Like those are the things that you can start asking once you develop these relationships. And I will say that I do feel like that goes a long way. That goes a long way. So that's another way you can network at work. Open the door up to shadow, to learn about what it really is in the day to day. And then also what that can do is that can allow you to determine whether or not it's something that you are really interested in. I mean, one time I shadowed, employee relations girl. Well, not employee relations girl, but she had an employee relations type job. And I ain't like it. I didn't like it. After I shadowed it, I was like, this ain't for me. Nah. It was all right, but it wasn't for me. So again, a shadow is something that you can do. You can shadow people that you've built relationships with, or you can get approval from your supervisor to shadow somebody who you don't know at all. And that's another reason. That's another way you can build a relationship. Another way is shadowing somebody you don't know at all. And then you can find out what you all have in common. Things like that. So another way, and I'm sorry, y'all, I'm kind of a little tired. So the fourth tip, industry events and conferences. She said, you don't like employee relations either. No, it's not that fun. Learn from shadowing on an investigation. Me too. Me too. That's exactly what happened. I was listening to the investigation. I just was just like, not my thing. If I can avoid it at all costs, I will. So tip number 4, attend industry events and conferences. So a lot of times you go to these events and you typically go with your coworkers or you go as a group and then you stay with those people. That is where you are dropping the ball at. You don't want to do that. If you have the opportunity to go to a conference or some type of meeting like one of my person down here in the comments was at recently, you want to kind of open the doors and engage with other people there. Engage with, you're going to have to get out of your comfort zone. Yeah. You're going to have to get out of your comfort zone. Walk up to people, walk up to another group of people, walk up to a company who you may have felt like, oh, I heard about this company, or hey, I'm from such and such department, or I'm from such and such company. I just wanted to stop in and I just wanted to come in here and just introduce myself because I've heard about your organization. I just, whatever. So she said, I mingled way more this year. Good. I'm very proud of you. I'm very proud of you. That is how you set yourself to kind of move up. Got to get comfortable being uncomfortable. Yeah, you do. You truly do. I mean, you truly do. So anyway, focusing on conferences and events. The other thing I wanted to talk about with that is a lot of people sometimes don't have business cards anymore. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. But for a fact, LinkedIn. You got your phone out. When it comes down to business opportunities or workplace opportunities, you get your LinkedIn out. Hopefully you have the LinkedIn app on your phone. Find them on LinkedIn. Connect. Okay, that's another tip. So someone said, one district said they were going to poach me from my current district. See, so Merv Durf, she went to a conference and they said she was outgoing, apparently. She mingled, apparently. And when she was there, the other company was like, we gonna steal you. You see what I'm saying? That's such a compliment. Go girl. I'm so happy for you. I'm crying. No, but yeah, so that's what you want to do. Now, the icing on the cake, what I was saying about getting the LinkedIn information, don't hesitate to send them a message, send them a direct message a little bit at the event, after the event. So maybe like a week later, a few days later, just make sure it ain't too long and let it be known, you had a good time. I was so happy to engage with you. It was great to meet you. Maybe we can connect later. Maybe we can do coffee. The worst that can happen is the person say no. And that's just it. You know, nobody's gonna die. You'll be fine. Okay. Tip number 5. Following from, you already got the LinkedIn app. Tip number 5, make connections on LinkedIn. I like LinkedIn. I found out within the last, I would say 2 years is when I realized, okay, people are sleeping on LinkedIn. LinkedIn is nothing to play with. LinkedIn is a social platform just like Facebook, just like YouTube, just like Instagram. LinkedIn is a social platform. Post on LinkedIn, comment on LinkedIn, engage on LinkedIn, compliment other people on LinkedIn. Don't just send that old stinking old congratulations on your new position, congratulations on your anniversary. No, get on LinkedIn and mingle. I'm telling you, okay? Number 6, which is my final tip, which I didn't really want to be on here too long. And I think this is a big one, and this one might be the easiest of all of them for some people. This might be even easier than being friendly. But this is volunteer for work projects. Okay? Volunteering for work projects, even if you really don't want to, because who really wants to do extra work if they're not going to take a load off you, right? So volunteer for a project because this gives you an opportunity to meet people in different units, in different departments, in different wings, whatever. You might be sitting in a project with a VP who you would have never talked to before, So volunteer, collaborate, and then also show your skills. Learn some new skills while you're doing that volunteer work at the volunteer project. Sometimes y'all have to realize that a little sacrifice can go a long way. A little sacrifice can go a long way. So, like I said, I didn't really want to take up too much time tonight, but I did want y'all to know that networking and at work is important. Networking at work is easy. And networking at work is nothing that you got to rush into. You ain't going nowhere. You working there. You might as well be friendly. You might as well volunteer for projects. You might as well collaborate. You might as well get things ready for the next move. Okay? Now, if you have any questions about that, please drop your comments below. And I will see you guys next time.